Hey guys, what's up? It's Jonathan.
And Sam.
And today we're going to be changing the oil in her car. It's a 2013 Dodge Charger. What are the tools we're going to need for this?
You need a 10mm socket, a 1/2 inch socket, a 15/16 socket with an extension. It takes 6 quarts of 5-weight 20 oil, your oil filter of course. And then we use these Rhino ramps to drive up on them, get it higher off the ground, and an oil pan to catch the old oil.
Okay, so there you have it. Let's get started.
Okay, so we've got the hood popped. We're almost ready to get started. Before you start, you want to run your car for a little while, get the oil warm. It's going to drain out easier, but you also want to give it time to then cool back down so you don't have real hot oil coming out and getting on your hands.
So first off, we've got to take off 4 of these bolts underneath here. They're 10mm. Perfect. All right, next, while we're letting our oil drain out at the bottom and it plugs out, Sam's gonna take this top oil filter cap off and pull our oil filter out. So
that's where you need your 15/16 with your extension. And it's super easy on this car because the filter is up here on the top.
Get dirty with that.
So it just comes out and it's attached to that cap. Okay, so I pulled the cap off and then I think the filter just pulls right out of here.
Just pull it, just grab it with that rag and pull it straight off there. You kind of twist it.
This is still hot. Kind of like a pot holder. Ah, okay. Totally. Then you put your new one in, right?
Yep. So first we're gonna put a new gasket around the ring of that too.
Okay.
There's a gasket right here. Let me show you.
Oh yes, I knew there was one somewhere.
Yeah, there's a gasket right here for the oil draining. We let it drain through this hole.
Sorry.
New O-ring, new cap, new filter. We're gonna put some oil on this O-ring right here. Just make sure you get it all over like that. So make sure that's all good and oily. And your filter, this end pops in there right there.
Has those little feet on there. They're just gonna pop into that cap.
Right. You'll kind of hear it pop and it kind of locks into place. So now that we got that, let's stick it back on. Watch out, don't trip on my drill there. One other thing I like to do too, I like to clean this housing. Use a very clean rag when you're doing this, but I like to clean around the inside of this cartridge housing. Sometimes you can get by 2 or 3 oil changes without replacing this ring, but I will tell you it will leak after a couple times. I wasn't replacing it and found out it was leaking up here, so it's just a good idea to go ahead and do it every time, I think.
It comes with it. You might as well just put the new one on.
Right. Always hand tighten this to begin with. Never use the wrench because you could cross thread it so easy, it being plastic threads. So got it started, everything's going down good. Grab my wrench. And do not crank this one as well. It's plastic, you will break it. When it stops, just kind of call that good. Okay. Yep. All right. Put our oil. It's still draining a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and put our drain plug back in though. Again, always hand tighten it. Starting it. Don't use a wrench. Okay. Perfect. All right, so Sam's gonna put our oil back in.
We got the drain plug in.
Yep.
We've got our filter back in. So we're ready to add the oil.
bit.
Okay, oil cap back on.
Yeah, and it just twist locks.
Yeah, I'm struggling. Okay, so it just
Yep.
goes on there.
Once it stops, and that's it.
Then we run it for a little bit
Yep.
and check it.
Yep. So now that we got our cap put back on, let's go ahead and check it before we start it up real quick. Just always make sure.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah, I always wipe it off and then check it again.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
So, yep, you're good.
Yeah, so it's in the safe zone.
Okay, cool. All right, let's fire it up, run it a little bit, check for leaks, and then should be good.
Okay.
All right, so the car has been idling for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and reset our oil light. As you can see here, the message bar shows that there's one message. When you click on that, it says oil change due. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, turn off the car to get that to reset. We're gonna go over here to, not accessory, but to run. We're gonna pump the gas pedal 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then turn it off. And you wanna make sure and do that sequence in less than 10 seconds. Okay, then we're gonna come back over here. We're gonna go ahead and start it like normal. And our light should be gone. No messages, perfect. All right, so looks like we don't have any leaks around there. There's no leaks underneath it, so we should be good.
Okay.
Sam's gonna check it again.
Do the final oil check. Okay, safe.
All right, well guys, that about wraps it up for this oil change. Super easy to do, something you should do at home if you're able to. You definitely need the Rhino ramps. You can't get underneath this car without them. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know how you get a pan underneath there. Anyway, definitely get the Rhino ramps if you're gonna have a small car like this. Be sure and subscribe if you like our channel. Be sure
thumbs up.
Yep, give it a thumbs up if this video was helpful. So that's it for now. We'll see you all in the next one.
See ya.